But there was a family member who had attended a funeral and came to see us, I think, a few days later. So I started getting symptoms along with the people in the house. There was a lot of fear around it because it was still in the beginnings around June last year. So we didn't know much about the virus. We didn't know how to treat it, And after getting symptoms, I mean, the next best thing was to actually go and test. So around that time was the same time when there was, I think, a backlog with testing, and there was not enough testing kits at the public hospitals. And for a whole household of 4 people to go get tested for about 1.7 was a bit too much. So there's a lot of fear around it. And yeah, uncertainty, a lot of it.
I mean, apart from you contracting the COVID-19 virus, I believe your mom also contracted it?
Yes, she did contract it. And there was a lot of fear around that as well because my mom unfortunately does have diabetes and high blood. So, there was a lot of news about people with pre-existing conditions, succumbing to the virus a lot quicker. So we were very scared, but by God's grace, she did make it.
And what were your symptoms?
Well, the first time I contracted COVID-19, it was very mild. So there was like mild headaches and a little bit of a flu symptoms like running nose. The second time I contracted it with the second variant, I guess it was very, very, very harsh. So I had a very bad headache. My fever was running up to 38 to 40. I had lost all sense of taste and smell, so I couldn't smell anything and taste anything. And I had really bad fevers at night, so it was a bit more harsh the second time I got it.
I mean, when COVID-19 first started, people were assuming that if you'd contracted it once, then the likelihood of you contracting it a second time was very low. But we are getting to see and understand that that certainly is not the case. What was the time difference between your first infection and the second one?
Well, as I did mention, the first time I contracted it was June 2020, and I actually just contracted it recently, which was now, I tested positive on the 5th of January, so it was about 6 months. And I did believe that once I got it, I wouldn't get it again, so I was very, very shocked when I did get it for the second time.
And how do people around you and your family, how are they reacting? How are they dealing with the current situation now? Are you all super cautious as a family?
So the time I contracted the second variant was the time when there was talks that they were not sure whether if it was more dangerous. So we were very scared when it did happen. I had actually gone to visit family in Durban, so I was away from most of the family. But the family I was staying with, we were very cautious, sanitizing. All of them were, once I tested positive, everyone started trying to prevent and steam and just treat whatever symptoms they had as well. So yeah.
If you could talk to us about the treatment procedures, what was your recovery process? What did you take? Where did you go? What did you do?
Okay, so the first time that I did get like a flu pack from the clinic, which consisted of painkillers, antibiotics, and basically you just treated symptom by symptom. And the second time, I still got the same kind of pack, which consisted of antibiotics, painkillers, a cough mixture, and also I decided to then start using different methods, such as I steamed a lot with eucalyptus, Vicks, camphor block. So I would do that concoction and like steam once a day. And also I would drink ginger mixed with cinnamon, mixed with it was like a mix with lemon, just to boost my immune system.
And before I let you go, Lindelwa, the vaccination is going to be available not too long from now. Are you going to be taking it?
I do not believe in vaccines at all, unfortunately. So if given a choice, I will not take it. I do believe that I have contracted COVID-19 twice. I do believe my body has built some sort of antibodies or a way to cope with it. I don't believe in vaccines. I do believe in more of, the non-Western ways of taking care of ourselves. So I'm not a fan of vaccines. I don't think I'll be taking it.
All right.
Also, there's a lot of uncertainty about the vaccine. So I think, no, not at this point.
All right, that's Lindelwa there with her wait and see attitude as far as vaccines are concerned. Well, thank you so much for sharing your personal experience with us, Lindelwa. We wish you further good health, you and your family.